Hi, welcome to Friday Framework. Today's framework is based on a book we wrote several years ago called The 7 Pillars of a Painless Practice. What I'll do is I'll go through each of the pillars and give you some context. And what I'd like you to think about is what would you like to be true in each of those areas? And perhaps then, if you'd like, you could score yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the least and 10 being the most, as to how close you are to achieving what you'd really like to be true about each of those areas. So I'm going to go through each of the areas. The first pillar is a personal pillar. The most successful practices align the aspirations of the clinic with the personal aspirations of the owner. It's really important, therefore, to start with an exploration of what you want personally in all the different areas of your life. So how close are you to your practice delivering your personal aspirations? The second pillar is a purpose. Once we know what your expectations of the practice are in context of your life as a whole, you can then start considering what you want the clinic to achieve. And this is important if you're running a clinic on your own, but it's absolutely crucial if you have staff and associates involved in achieving what you want as well. And here we're not talking about the profit element of what you want the practice to be achieving. We're talking about what do you want to be giving into the community? What results do you want to be getting for your patients? So how close are you in terms of really being connected to why you do what you do, and also how close are you to delivering that? The third pillar is a pipeline pillar. This is a conduit that brings new patients to your practice. And here we want to know, are you getting enough new patients in your practice? But also, very importantly, are the patients that you're attracting staying for their complete treatment plan that you recommended to them? There's no point doing a lot of marketing to get a lot of new patients through the door if you're not able to retain them for the ethical and clinical requirements of the patient. The next pillar is a patient pillar, which is right in the center. Of course, it is exceptionally important that you provide a positive experience for your patients, and getting them better is a key part of growing your successful clinic. There are non-clinical and clinical steps in the patient journey. So how well do you feel you are providing the patient journey non-clinically and clinically? The next pillar is a people pillar. The success of your clinic is going to depend on the people within it. So that's obviously you, but it will also be your associates, it will be your reception, your administrative staff, your trusted advisors, any subcontractors that you might use. So in this pillar, I want you to think about, are you surrounded by the right people to achieve the vision of your practice? And are you managing them well enough? Are you making sure that they understand your expectations and that they're meeting your expectations? So where would you rate yourself in that area? The next area is a profit. And we know that this can be unpopular amongst practitioners, but we don't want it to be, because profit is what allows you to live. It allows you to feed your children, to reinvest in the clinic, and to have a sustainable presence in the community. Without looking after the profitability of your business, it's going to be tough to keep it going. So we really want you to think about what you want to be true in this area and how close are you to that. And then the final pillar is a plan pillar. In our experience, the practitioners who have a plan and who follow it and review it are the ones that find success more consistently. So we really encourage you to sit down and put a plan in place. I hope that this framework has helped you. So just to recap, go through each of the pillars, think about what you'd like to be true in each of those areas. And once you've done that, give yourself a rating of 0 to 10 as to how close you are to that. And then what I'd suggest you do is, choose one of the pillars to go and focus on to improve it so that it gets closer and closer to 10. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I wish you a wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.